Vanakkam and good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Canadian Tamil Congress's 15th annual Thai Pongal and Tamil Heritage Month celebration that we are celebrating virtually this year due to COVID restrictions. My name is Vidashini Paramanathan, a proud supporter of CTC and your Master of Ceremonies for this evening. Since its inception, the Canadian Tamil Congress has served as the voice of Tamil Canadians. We work as the community's spokesperson on the municipal, provincial, federal, and international levels. Tonight's event has become a showcase event for the entire Tamil Canadian community to come together and celebrate the auspiciousness of Thai Pongal, celebrated by Tamils worldwide, and an opportunity to highlight the many individual and collective achievements of our growing community. Keeping with our tradition, let us commence tonight's festivities with the lighting of the traditional lamp, a symbol of positivity and good vibrations. I would like to welcome Mr. Nathan Veerasingham, a member of the CTC Board of Directors, and Mrs. Rajani Veerasingham to light the traditional lamp and start our celebration today. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Veerasingham, for starting our event on such a great note. Following the lighting of the lamp, we have a performance of the Canadian National Anthem and Tamil Thai Valtu by Satyadev Ravi Chandra Deva. Satya has been singing bhajan since the age of 4. He has been learning Carnatic music from his teachers Usha Kulendran and Thiruvarur Girish. Satya also learns the guitar and the piano from his teachers at Carla Conservatory in Markham. He is currently a student in the Community Justice Program at Humber College and is hoping to create a positive impact for those in his own community. Please welcome Satya.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command, with glowing hearts see the eyes, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. வாழ்க நிரந்தரம் வாழ்க தமிழ் மொழி வாழிய வாழியவே வானமளந்த அனைத்தும் மலர்ந்திடும் வன்மொழி வாழியவே ஏழ்கடல் வைப்பினம் தன்மனம் வீசி இசை கொண்டு வாழிகவே எங்கள் தமிழ் மொழி என்றென்றும் வாழியவே சூழ்களி நீங்க தமிழ் மொழியோங்க துலங்குக வையகமே. தொல்லை வினை தரு தொல்லை அகன்று சுடர்க தமிழ்நாடே. வாழ்க தமிழ் மொழி, வாழ்க தமிழ் மொழி, வாழிய வாழியவே. வானமளந்த அனைத்தும் மலர்ந்திடும் வன்மொழி வாழியவே.
Thank you so much, Satya. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request all of you to take a few moments to honor all those who have sacrificed their lives for our freedom and peace, and all those who have lost their lives during this COVID pandemic. Let us keep their memory alive in our hearts. Thank you. As we start tonight's festivities, I would like to acknowledge that this event would not have been possible without the support of our generous sponsors. Our platinum sponsor for this evening is Chapel Ridge Funeral Home. Our gold sponsors are Nava Wilson LLP and Vibrant Hospitality Group. And lastly, our silver sponsors are Dr. Shantakumar and Associates and Home Life Future Reality Inc. Thank you so much for your generous support. At this time, I would like to welcome the President of the Canadian Tamil Congress, Mr. Sivan Ilango. Sivan Ilango is an Associate Partner at Ernst & Young LLP. Recently, Ilango has been named a CPA Ontario Fellow, the highest distinction bestowed upon a chartered professional accountant in the accounting profession. Mr. Ilango has also successfully led the global campaign to establish the first ever Tamil chair in Canada at the University of Toronto. Please welcome Mr. Sivan Ilango.
நன்றே விதுஷாயினி. அகர முதல எழுத்தெல்லாம் ஆதி பகவன் முதற்கே உலகு. இன்று நடைபெறுகின்ற தைப்பொங்கல் தமிழ் மரபு திங்கள் விழாவில் இணைந்துள்ள உங்கள் அனைவரையும் கனடிய தமிழர் பேரவையின் சார்பில் வரவேற்பதில் மிகவும் மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகின்றேன். Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Canadian Tamil Congress, I am pleased to welcome all of you to the 15th annual Thai Pongal and Tamil Heritage Month celebrations and wish you all a very happy new year. First and foremost, I would like to express our sincere appreciation to all frontline workers for their sacrifices and selfless service during this pandemic. Since inception, CTC has been at the forefront of community service and active citizenship in Canada. Tamil Canadians continue to make significant contribution to the political, cultural, and economic fabric of Canada and continue to strengthen the integration with other communities in the country. CTC is proud to have contributed not only for enhancing this integration, but also sharing our arts and culture with a broader Canadian population. Despite many challenges caused by the COVID pandemic, CTC continues to advance its founding mandate for the betterment of Tamils and advancement and preservation of Tamil language and culture. Center for Leadership and Innovation, a brainchild of CTC, continues to advance youth leadership development in our community. We also successfully concluded the historical global fundraising campaign to establish a first ever Tamil chair in Canada at the University of Toronto in April of 2021. As an advocacy organization for the rights of Tamil, we continue to advocate for accountability and justice for Tamils in Sri Lanka with our ongoing advocacy work locally and internationally, including at the United Nations Human Rights Council. Since August 2019, CTC has been continuously advocating for the implementation of the Magnitsky Act from the Government of Canada to sanction those who committed war crimes in Sri Lanka. CTC is also taking strategically important steps to strengthen the understanding and integrations of Tamil-speaking communities in Sri Lanka and in Canada. CTC hosted the Tamil Fest in an innovative manner with a 2-day drive-in concert and provided opportunities for a number of local artists to showcase their talents while providing cultural entertainment for our people. CTC is very proud to have hosted 2021 Tamil Canadian Walk in support of Gord Downey and Chani Venjak Fund, a charity which aims to build cultural understanding and creates a path toward reconciliation between Indigenous and non-Indigenous people. CTC has also been working with RISE Global to establish and strengthen the global network of Tamil entrepreneurs, professionals, progressive intellectuals, and thought leaders to support the fast-growing community to succeed on a global stage in every aspect of human life. I also want to touch on another important initiative that we are currently undertaking. We are in discussion with the provincial government of Prince Edward Island and other local community stakeholders to build a statue for G.U. Pope in his birthplace in recognition of his immense contributions to Tamil language, including the translation of Tirukkural and Thiruvasam from Tamil to English. Our work would not be possible without the generous support of our members, supporters, sponsors, and community at large. I want to express my heartfelt thanks to our volunteers who continue to give countless hours of their valuable time in advancing CTC's agenda and completing our projects. We continue to be committed to do principled and effective work for the betterment of Tamils, not only in Canada, but around the world. Let me also take this opportunity to urge Tamil community to stay safe and be positive about the future during this pandemic while continuing to make meaningful contribution to the society. On behalf of CTC, I once again wish you and your family a very happy, prosperous, and safe 2022. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sivanilango, and for all your hard work in leading the Canadian Tamil Congress for the past few years. Moving on, every year, the Canadian Tamil Congress releases its annual publication. This year, we are digitally releasing our voice booklet. The full version is now available on our CTC website, and I urge you all to take a look after tonight's event. Now there will be a short video showcasing to you guys how to access this digital version. As you saw in the video, you can head to CanadianTamilCongress.ca, and in our header, you will see the link to accessing the digital version of our voice booklet this year. Please go ahead after the event and check out the entire version. We at CTC undertake several activities, including humanitarian efforts, human rights advocacy, women and youth empowerment, and the promotion of the Tamil language, arts, and culture. We have a video presentation highlighting the success of our key activities in 2021. Please enjoy.
Thank you. This year has been a transformative year for all of us. And without your constant support, we wouldn't be able to serve our community and build on years of progress. While our community was still reeling in the realities of the pandemic, we have managed to stand united in the face of adversity. We held our events virtually and challenged and continue to make efforts, celebrate our milestones, and honor our past. We thank you for your continued support this year and every year. This is CTC's Rewind 2021. On January 30th, 2021, CTC celebrates their 14th annual Thai Pongal and Tamil Heritage Month. The Leaders for Change Award was presented to Dr. Nagalingam Edirveerasingam for his years of unique contribution to our community. The Service Excellence Award was presented to Honorable Mafoy K. Pandya Rajan, the Tamil Nadu Minister, for his contribution for advancement and promotion of our Tamil language. In collaboration with the University of Toronto and Toronto Tamil Chair, Canadian Tamil Congress jointly hosted a Tamil Heritage Month celebration held on January 31st, 2021. This event included many cultural performances and speeches. On February 12th, 2021, alongside Global Tamil Forum, Center for Rights and Global Justice, New York University, Sri Lanka Campaign for Peace and Justice, we hosted a webinar called Sri Lanka Quest for Justice, Rule of Law, and Democratic Rights. This webinar attracted more than 1,000 of live viewers. On Sunday, February 28, 2021, the first ever Anbudhan Tamil Global Virtual Music Concert was successfully hosted by the Canadian Tamil Congress. This was in support of the Toronto Tamil Chair project. It gathered several thousands of viewers from across the globe. Tamil music singers from 16 countries came together and showcased their talents in support and solidarity for this noble cause. CTC hosted the 2021 International Women's Day celebration virtually on March 20th, 2021. Featured speakers for this event included Vidya Mahendran, Julianne Rasanayagam, and Dr. Jayasakti Tharaparan from Canada. It also included Shreen Sharur from Sri Lanka. The 2021 Women's Day Award was presented by CTC to Dr. Parvati Kandasamy. The Canadian Tamil Congress continues to play an active role in the human rights advocacy efforts for the war crimes and crimes against humanity committed in Sri Lanka during the last stages of war. CTC representatives participated in various meetings with the local and international representatives and contributed towards the successful passing of the United Nations Human Rights Council resolution on March 23, 2021. The Center for Leadership and Innovation, CFLI, hosted the term-end celebratory event Milestones for its youth leadership program in May and November 2021. It was chaired and run by youth, which included speeches, competitions, and presentations. CTC hosted the 12th year Remembering Silent Voices May Muli Vaikal Memorial event virtually on May 16, 2021. Leaders, elected representatives, and human rights activists from Canada, India, and Europe participated to remember the tens of thousands of lives lost in the last stages of the war in Sri Lanka. The Canadian Tamil Congress hosted a virtual remembrance event to mark the 40th anniversary of the burning of the Jaffna Public Library. This event was held on June 5th, and CTC launched a website to mark this occasion. On June 21st, 2021, CTC, along with the Tamil Chair Inc. and the University of Toronto, hosted a virtual event to celebrate the successful completion of the global fundraising efforts to create a chair in Tamil Studies at the University of Toronto. This was a historical achievement. CTC hosted the 38th year Black July Remembrance event In Search of Our Roots virtually on July 25th, 2021 to educate the youth about tragic circumstances that led many Tamils to uproot their lives and family. This event included meaningful conversations between survivors and youth. 35 years after Tamil refugees were rescued by Newfoundland fishing crew on the Atlantic Ocean, the Canadian Tamil Congress hosted a virtual event on August 11, 2021 to remember and commemorate this unique moment in Canadian history. The 7th annual Tamil Fest was hosted and held on August 28th and 29th as a drive-in concert. This innovative approach for Tamil Fest was due to the continuing COVID-19 pandemic and was also telecast live for those who preferred to watch from their homes. This two-day event featured live performances from popular and local and international Tamil artists. The event was viewed by thousands of people across the globe and provided an opportunity for a number of Canadian artists to showcase their talents internationally. CTC hosted the 13th annual Tamil Canadian Walk on September 12, 2021 in support of the Gord Downey and Cheney Wenjack Fund at the Thompson Memorial Park in Scarborough. DWF is encouraging the journey towards reconciliation between Indigenous and non-Indigenous communities. The 13th annual Tamil Canadian Walk campaign raised over $22,000 for this fund. The Canadian Tamil Congress and members of the Tamil community joined the Indigenous community at Six Nations of the Grand River on September 30th, 2021. It was to mark Canada's first National Day for the Truth and Reconciliation and Orange Shirt Day, to reflect on the systematic oppression and inequalities that Indigenous people have endured and the pain and justice they continue to bear today. CTC representative presented the ceremonial check of $22,000 raised from a walkathon for the Gord Downey and Cheney Wenjack Fund. CTC hosted a cultural event in collaboration with Sri Krishna Sweets and Way ACD Trust to mark the 100-year remembrance of Mahakavi Bharatiyar on December 11, 2021. This virtual event included outstanding performances and speeches. 2021 has been a transformative year for the Canadian Tamil Congress's engagement, both locally and internationally. Despite hurdles, we continue to partake in meaningful dialogues, create history, celebrate each other, while advocating for Tamils in Canada and abroad. Through our diverse network and events, we pledge to remain active and work towards the betterment of Tamils. Please join us as we plan to scale to even greater heights in 2022.
Of 2021. It is you, the members and supporters, that are the driving force of the CTC, and that video showcases another year of success for the organization, which is only possible by your continued support and guidance. With that, tonight's event could only be possible with the generosity of our cherished sponsors. Please join me in welcoming President Eric Tappenden from Chapel Ridge Funeral Home, our platinum sponsor for this evening.
Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Eric Tappenden, and I'm the owner of Chapel Ridge Funeral Home. Many of you know me and know my staff, Christine and Vilo. It's my honor tonight to wish you a happy Thai Pongal and a happy Tamil Heritage Month. We have been serving in the Tamil community for over 10 years now, and we are very, very grateful for the partnership that we enjoy with your community. We thank you very, very much for your support over the years, and we in turn want to support you as we do through the Canadian Tamil Congress and many other organizations. I know that this year it's a virtual celebration again. Hopefully next year you'll be back at the Hilton Suites having a wonderful dinner. We look forward to coming and helping light the candles. Thank you again for your support and your partnership. Happy Thai Pongal and happy Tamil Heritage Month.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tappenden. Next, we would like to welcome our keynote speaker and great friend of the Canadian Tamil Congress, Honorable Omar Alghabra, Minister of Transport and Member of Parliament for Mississauga Centre, to bring greetings from the Government of Canada.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I want to wish everybody a happy Thai Pongal and a happy Tamil Heritage Month. This is the 15th annual Thai Pongal celebration that the Canadian Tamil Congress put together, and it coincides with the entry or the start of my political career. I was first elected in 2006. And given even though I wasn't in office throughout those 15, 16 years, I did my best to attend all of those 15 celebrations while either was when I was in office or out of office. And this is a testament to the importance of these celebrations and get together that the Canadian Tamil Congress brings us along. And I really want to thank the Canadian Tamil Congress. The video just that was shown a minute ago highlights some of the excellent work that the Canadian Tamil Congress, its volunteers, its supporters, its members do day in and day out, not only on behalf of the Canadian Tamil community, but on behalf of all Canadians, where it really brings us together and it improves our society and it helps us understand more about each other. So kudos to the Canadian Tamil Congress and all of its volunteers and all of its members. You know, Canada is a proud home of so many Tamil Canadians. It's one of the largest Tamil communities outside of Sri Lanka, and we are very proud of the contributions that Tamil Canadians offer to Canada culturally, politically, economically, and to our neighbors and to our community. And over the last year and a half or a couple of years, there have been a lot of reasons for Tamil Canadians to celebrate. Let me start off first by mentioning and recognizing Mississauga's own Maitri Ramakrishnan, who is a young Mississauga actress, is well known for this Netflix show called Never Have I Ever that has gained global and international acclamation and recognition. She represents the best of South Asian young women and certainly the best of young Tamil Canadians and Tamil women. And we are all impressed and in awe of her talent and her success and for carrying her identity and her pride on her sleeve. We also as a government, made progress given the advice and the guidance and the advocacy that we got from the community, making sure that we supported the adoption of the United Nations Human Rights Council, Resolution 46-1, that calls an advance for accountability in Sri Lanka by mandating that the Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights collect, consolidate, and analyze and preserve information and evidence of gross violations of human rights and humanitarian law. This is a result of our steadfastness support for human rights around the world, but certainly due to your advocacy. And I want to name specifically my colleague and my friend, Member of Parliament, Gary Ananda Sangri, who he and I, by the way, were at the United Nations Human Rights Council in 2017, advocating for similar resolutions. I know Gary's been there many, many times, even prior to his election as a Member of Parliament, and I am proud to work alongside him. And thirdly, another moment of pride for all of us, but particularly for Tamil Canadians, is the announcement that the federal government is investing in building a Tamil community center, where the federal government is contributing over $14 million to this exceptional institution. This institution will go towards building a community center that will bring people from all backgrounds together, that will provide access to our young people for entertainment, for education, for all kinds of important activities. So I'm really, first, I want to congratulate the Canadian Tamil community for this massive achievement, and I look forward to being there when the construction of that facility is over. These are just some examples of the amazing advancements that have taken place over the last while, and I wish we were able to celebrate them in person, but COVID, as you know, is making it difficult for us to gather. But there is so much for all of us to be grateful for, so much for us to feel the privileges and the blessings that we have, and it is really we all need to recognize the contributions of the Canadian Tamil Congress, members of Canadian Tamil Society, to the betterment of our community. And let me just say, I really hope that your literal and figurative harvest of this year be your best harvest ever. And I want to wish you a happy Thai Pongal. Thank you for bringing us together. I know also my colleague Rob Oliphant will be speaking tonight, and I also know several of my caucus Liberal colleagues have sent you messages. This is just a reminder to all of you how many friends you have in the Canadian government, in our caucus. We will continue to work together to advance issues that you are interested about, that you're passionate about, that we all share. Issues of human rights, issues of justice, issues of equality, here at home and abroad. Once again, thank you and happy Thai Pongal and happy Tamil Heritage Month.
Thank you so much, Mr. and Minister Algebra, and we value your long friendship. To embody the vibrancy of our culture, we have a Tamil classical piece emphasizing the importance, beauty, and elegance of it. It is my pleasure to welcome Ms. Sweta Perarajasingham, student of Srimati Nirodhani Perarajasingham of Nero Dance Creations.
அகரம் எழுத்துக்களுக்கு முதல் என்பது போல ஆதிபகவன் உலகிற்கு அடிப்படையாகும். அகர முதல எழுத்தெல்லாம் ஆதிபகவன் முதற்றே உலகு வையத்துள் வாழ்வாங்கு வாழ்பவன் வானுரையும் தெய்வத்துள் வைக்கப்படும். அகர முதல எழுத்தெல்லாம் ஆதிபகவன் முதற்றே உலகு வையத்துள் வாழ்வாங்கு வாழ்பவன் வானுரையும் தெய்வத்துள் வைக்கப்படும்.
Thank you so much, Sweta and Nero Dance Creations, for that beautiful performance. Following that, I would now like to welcome Honorable Peter Bethlen-Falvey, the Ontario Minister of Finance and MPP for Pickering-Uxbridge, to bring greetings from the Government of Ontario.
Vanakum, everyone. I'm Peter Bethlen-Falvey, MPP for Pickering-Uxbridge and Ontario's Minister of Finance. January is an important month for the Tamil community, as well as Ontario's official time to recognize the tremendous contributions made by people of Tamil heritage across our province. Ontario is richer and more dynamic because of the contributions of Tamil Canadians. I would also like to congratulate the Canadian Tamil Congress on this event and thank you for being such a strong voice on behalf of the community. All the best on a prosperous year ahead.
Thank you so much, Minister Bethlen-Falvey. I would now like to welcome Councillor Jennifer McKelvey of Scarborough Rouge Park to bring greetings from the City of Toronto. Councillor McKelvey is a great supporter of our Tamil community and the Canadian Tamil Congress.
Vanakkam, thank you so much for inviting me and congratulations on the 15th anniversary of the Thai Pongal dinner. I am sad that we're not together in person, but I look forward to being together again very soon. Tamil Heritage Month is just an incredible month to celebrate the contributions of the Tamil community to Scarborough and to the City of Toronto. I'm delighted to bring greetings on behalf of Mayor John Tory and to congratulate the Canadian Tamil Congress and Stephen and Danton on all of their great work this year, including the walkathon that I had so much fun participating in to raise funds for the Gordon Wendat Foundation, Tamil Fest. Even though it was by a drive-in, we still had lots of fun. And of course, raising funds for the Tamil Chair in studies at the University of Toronto Scarborough campus. As we look forward to rebuilding together, I'd like to also recognize and thank the Canadian Tamil Congress for hosting an important conversation with Mayor Tory and Mayor Minivenan of Jaffna to look at how our cities can continue to work together as we rebuild and recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. And of course, we're just so looking forward to the next steps to bring the Tamil Community Center here to Scarborough Rouge Park. Thank you so much again. I look forward to seeing you all in person very soon and having hopefully in-person 16th dinner next year.
Thank you so much, Councillor McKelvey, for joining us today. At this time, I do want to acknowledge that tonight's event could only be possible with the generosity of our cherished sponsors. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Malika Wilson from Nava Wilson LLP, one of our gold sponsors for this evening.
Vanakkam. I bring greetings from Nava Wilson LLP. I want to congratulate the Canadian Tamil Congress on yet another successful celebration of Thai Pongal and Tamil Heritage Month in very trying circumstances. We are all still in a pandemic. Your work over the last year has been truly astounding, and Nava Wilson is very pleased to be a sponsor at this event. We are a community law firm. My colleagues are very talented as lawyers, but they also care very deeply about our community. So we're very pleased to be sponsors, and congratulations again. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wilson. Moving on, every year, CTC presents the Leaders for Change Award to one individual or organization who has made a positive impact on the Tamil community in Canada or internationally. The Leaders for Change Award honors the unique contribution of an individual who, through his or her exceptional vision, perseverance, and commitment, has redefined or strengthened the need for change in our society. The recipient of this award will be someone who has demonstrated an effort to strive for change in a way that positively impacted the lives of others. This award recognizes a determined individual whose efforts are characterized by a dedication to leadership, a vision for change, and a desire to enhance the lives of others. To introduce the recipient of this year's Leaders for Change Award, I'd like to welcome Ms. Vani Selvaraja. Ms. Selvaraja is a practicing lawyer and former board of director of CTC, who has played an important role in CTC's international advocacy efforts to seek peace and justice in Sri Lanka. She has also served as a board of director for Lawyers' Rights Watch Canada, an organization of lawyers who promote human rights around the world.
Vanakkam and good evening. The Leaders for Change Award recognizes individuals whose efforts are characterized by dedication to leadership, a vision for change, and a desire to enhance the lives of others. Mr. Martin Sturzinger is one such individual. Martin has worked closely on peace efforts in Sri Lanka and has been a great pillar of support for the Tamil community in many ways, including its advocacy efforts. Upon reaching his official retirement age, Martin very recently retired from the Peace and Human Rights Division of the Swiss Federal Department of Foreign Affairs as a senior advisor. No introduction to Martin would be complete without his first encounter with Sri Lanka and the Tamils' quest for justice, equality, and self-rule. This takes us back to July of 1983. Martin, a young undergraduate student at the University of Zurich at the time, was visiting Sri Lanka as a tourist. During that time, he witnessed the atrocities and the horrific events of Black July firsthand. What he witnessed in Sri Lanka in '83 would subsequently change the course of his life. Upon his return to Switzerland, Martin started reading more about the conflict to better understand the issues faced by Tamils. In the years that followed, Martin would visit Sri Lanka at least once a year to continue writing papers, articles, and even publish books about the Sri Lankan conflict and Tamil refugees. It was also during these years that Switzerland and other parts of Europe started seeing an influx of Tamil refugees fleeing Sri Lanka. Martin's detailed reports and writing contributed to the Swiss and German public understanding of the Tamil issue and benefited Tamils who claimed refugee status in parts of Europe. His writing and expertise in Sri Lanka did not go unnoticed by the Swiss Foreign Ministry. Martin was subsequently appointed as the advisor for peace building at the Swiss Embassy in Sri Lanka from 2003 to 2008. And using his official capacity there, Martin continued to advocate for peace and started participating in various peace-building efforts. In fact, when the war came to an end in May of 2009, Switzerland, as many of us know, was at the forefront in post-conflict reconciliation efforts and made many parties come together for meaningful dialogue. Upon his return to Switzerland, Martin actively engaged with the diaspora. He has assisted the Global Tamil Forum and CTC on numerous occasions. Over the following years, Martin would lead and facilitate various peace-building initiatives, many of which were attended by CTC and GTF, including ones held in Singapore, Berlin, and Zurich. Martin has always been and continues to be an invaluable advisor, always just a phone call away, willing to engage, assist, and work with us. Through his unwavering interest in the issues faced by Tamils, his thorough knowledge and leadership, Martin has brought about many changes to advancing peace and promoting the need for sustainable political solution in Sri Lanka. Tamils worldwide, especially those at CTC, are grateful for Martin's tireless advocacy, his dedication, and his contribution towards the plight of the Tamil people. His work has been inspiring to us all, and we remain confident that it will continue in his retirement years. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and sincere privilege to announce to you the recipient of this year's Leaders for Change Award, distinguished author, ardent advocate, and a dear friend, Mr. Martin Sturzinger.
Vanakkam and good evening to everybody. I'd like to thank the Canadian Tamil Congress and especially its board of directors and the advisory council for this really unexpected and incredible honor to get the Leaders for Change Award for 22 of the Canadian Tamil Congress. This award comes as a complete surprise to me. I'm still overwhelmed and aware that there are many others who would deserve this recognition. As Vani said, when I went on a holiday in Sri Lanka in July 1983, I had no clue that this would be a life-changing event. As a matter of fact, I had not much interest for the country and its political problems. I was in the upcountry when we heard rumors about riots in Colombo and attacks. And the next we learned was that there was a curfew announced. And when we reached Kandy, just before the curfew started, the town was already burning. I was shocked. I was a tourist then, fairly young. But I also started immediately taking pictures because I felt this was an event that deserved worldwide attention. And I quickly learned then later that the houses that were attacked were houses by Tamils and that the firefighters were not really eager to douse the flames. So I started reading newspapers and was puzzled to see that President Jayawardene actually blamed the Tamils for these events, and then this led to even worse attacks. Back home in Switzerland, I felt guilty because I studied history at the time, but frankly, I had no clue what would expect me in Sri Lanka. So I started reading about the conflict, and a year later, I wrote a paper at university. This was a time almost 40 years ago when Tamils started coming to Switzerland as refugees. Right-wing parties quickly labeled them as economic asylum seekers, and I felt that one should actually explain the roots of the conflict that I had learned about by reading books, and offered a report to a prestigious magazine. That turned me into a journalist, so to say. So they showed interest, and in 1985, I went back to Sri Lanka and Madras, today Chennai, to talk to resource persons and to do research for my article. I've met many people for this, among them Amrita Lingam and Yogeswaran of the TULF, Bala Singham, Bala Kumar, Parachasingham Joseph, who was then not even an MP, and I traveled to the east of the country and also to Jaffna. From then on, I kept on writing about Sri Lanka. In 1995, I wrote a book. 2 years later, I started working part-time for the Swiss Refugee Council as a country analyst. In 2003, as Vani has said, I joined the Swiss Federal Department of Foreign Affairs and was the advisor for peace building at the embassy in Colombo for 5 years. Except for 3 years as advisor for peace building in Nepal, I have ever since been involved in formulating and implementing the Swiss peace and human rights policy in Sri Lanka. We all know that the success has been rather mixed. So many people have died or have been killed. Not only the ones I mentioned, Amrita Lingam, Yogeswaran, Bala Singham, Bala Kumar, or Paracha Singham Joseph, whom I had met in 1985, but also Nilan Tiruchelvan, Kethesh Loganathan, Tamil Selvan, Pudidevan, Sivaram, Lasanta Vikramatunga. I can't name them all. People I knew, and to some of them I was really close. Too many people have died in Sri Lanka. Too many have been tortured, traumatized, and too many have lost husbands and wives, sons and daughters, fathers and mothers, relatives and friends. And too many were forced to leave this beautiful country. It is a miracle to me that many of them have not given up and continue to be engaged for a just, peaceful and prosperous homeland where everybody has equal rights, human rights are protected, and reconciliation is fostered. I admire the perseverance and dedication of the members of the diaspora who continue to be engaged for their country of origin. This is why this award means so much to me. It is an award presented by persons who themselves have contributed to change in Sri Lanka, and actually much more than myself. That the Canadian Tamil Congress decided to present me this award humbles me. At the same time, I consider the award as a request to double my efforts. Thank you all for the trust and this incredible honor. I really admire the work, dedication, and achievements of the Canadian Tamil Congress, and I wish you success, courage, hardiness, and of course to all of you, a very happy Thai Pongal and a Tamil Heritage Month. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and congratulations, Mr. Martin Sturzinger, on being the recipient of this year's Leaders for Change Award. I would now like to once again acknowledge that this event would not have been possible without the support of our generous sponsors. Our platinum sponsor for this event is Chapel Ridge Funeral Home. Our gold sponsors are Nava Wilson LLP and Vibrant Hospitality Group. Our silver sponsors for tonight are Dr. Shantakumar and Associates and Home Life Future Reality Inc. As all of you are aware, CTC spearheaded and successfully concluded the fundraising campaign to establish a Tamil chair at the University of Toronto last year. This year, we are undertaking another historical project. To announce the details of this special project, I would like to welcome Ms. Ravina Rajasingham. Ms. Rajasingham is a national cardiology clinical and product specialist for Space Labs Healthcare and is currently pursuing her PhD in hypertension measurement and management. She currently serves as the Vice President of the Canadian Tamil Congress. Please welcome Ms. Ravina Rajasingham.
Thank you, Vidajani. Vanakkam and good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure to see you all on another virtual Thai Pongal event. I'm honored to announce and share with you all about a historical and a special project. Since its inception, the Canadian Tamil Congress works for the advancement and promotion of Tamil language. CTC also recognizes those who have made significant contributions to the Tamil language and literature. In this regard, in 2013, CTC produced a video documentary showing Taninaya Madigal's life as part of his centenary birth celebration, and also republished the Tamil Aram book, which was a collection of articles about Taninaya Madigal. Year 2020 was a 200th birth anniversary of another important Tamil scholar, George Iglo Pope, popularly known as G.U. Pope. He was born on 24th of April 1820 in Badak, Prince Edward Island in Canada. Yes, we are all very proud that he's a Canadian, and connection to Tamils and Canada goes back 200 years. G.U. Pope started studying Tamil as a teenager in England. In 1839, he went to South India. He later turned into a scholar of Tamil. His most famous work is the English translation of Tirukkural and Tiruvasagam, which he completed on 1st of September 1886. In 1881, Pope left India and settled in Oxford, where he made a mark as a lecturer in Tamil. G.U. Pope's contribution to Tamil language is extraordinary. In 2020, CTC wanted to host the G.E. Pope bicentenary celebrations, but the breakout of COVID-19 pandemic didn't permit us to do that. Today, we are very excited to announce that CTC is working on establishing a monument to honor G.U. Pope in his birthplace of Badak, Prince Edward Island. We have been working with Honorable Jamie Fox, PEI's Provincial Minister of Fisheries, who is also the local MLA for Badak. We have also sought the support of Mayor Natalie McDonald of the rural municipality of Badak and the area, and also Badak Area Historical Society. They all have assured us with their support, and we thank them very much for that. We will be providing you with further details on this initiative in the upcoming weeks, and we really would like everyone to be part of this historical initiative for our community. Nandri, Vanakkam, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ravina, for that wonderful introduction, and we are eagerly looking forward to this historical event. I would now like to welcome Honorable Jamie Fox, Minister of Fisheries and Communities and Member of Legislative Assembly for Borden Kinkora, to bring greetings from the provincial government of Prince Edward Island.
Van Ackum. Thank you, Danton and Savan, for having me here today. I very much hope that I can celebrate with you in person in the future, but I'm grateful for the opportunity to celebrate with you virtually this evening. As I sit here in a very blustery, snowy night in Prince Edward Island, it is wonderful to celebrate the Tai Pongal to think of the warmer days ahead. If there is one thing us islanders know, it is the importance of harvest season, but also the importance of gratitude and celebration. That it carries. So let me please say thank you and give my utmost appreciation to all farmers and growers in PEI, in Canada, in Tamil, and all around the world. They are truly people worth celebrating. As the minister responsible for fisheries and communities, one of my biggest joys is meeting new people and forging relationships through my work with the communities across our island and across this country. I've come to meet Danton and Savan and learn the long-standing relationship that has existed between Canada and the Tamil people. I certainly look forward to strengthening that relationship right here in Prince Edward Island as we continue to work towards this initiative and the histories of our peoples and Reverend G.U. Pope. Thank you very much and good evening.
Thank you so much, Minister Fox, and we look forward to meeting you in Prince Edward Island this summer. It is my pleasure to call upon a young icon within our community, Sriti Bala Murali. She is a multi-award winning and multi-talented performer. She has done numerous solo acts through vocals, violin, veena, flute, piano, and Bharatanatyam at various venues and occasions around the world. Please welcome Sriti Bala Murali for a Tamil instrumental performance. so much, Sriti Bala Murali, for that beautiful performance. Up next, the Federation of Tamil Sangams of North America, also known as FETNA, is an umbrella organization of many Tamil organizations across North America, including the Canadian Tamil Congress. Please join me in welcoming FETNA Secretary Dr. Bala Swaminathan. Dr. Swaminathan is an executive in the financial services industry in New York. He has also established a Tamil chair at Stony Brook University in New York. Please welcome Dr. Bala Swaminathan.
Vanakkam. First, I thank Mr. Sivan Ilango and Danton and other board of directors of the Canadian Tamil Congress for giving me this opportunity. Sangat Tamilum, ஐம்பெரும் காப்பியங்களும் திருக்குறளும் என்று உலகிற்கு வழிகாட்டும் இலக்கிய பாரம்பரியம் கொண்ட தமிழர்கள் பெருமையுடன் வருங்காலத்திலும் நிமிர்ந்து நன்னடை போட வேண்டும். அதற்கு நமது இலக்கியங்களோடு தமிழரின் மரபுகளையும் தெரிந்து கொள்வது இன்றியமையாதது. ஒரு சமூகம் தனது வேர்களை பற்றிய உண்மையான சாட்சிகளை மறந்துவிட்டு தளித்து ஓங்கிவிட முடியாது. வெறும் புராணங்களையும் கட்டுக்கதைகளையும் நம்பி தன்னை பற்றியும் தான் சார்ந்த சமூகத்தை பற்றியுமான ஒரு மாயத்தில் உழல்வது எப்படி மானிட முன்னேற்றத்திற்கு உதவ முடியும்? தமிழர்களிடம் என்றும் தகுந்த தரவுகள், கல்வெட்டுகள், மரபு, பாரம்பரியம் மற்றும் பிற ஆதாரங்களின்றி எதையும் பறைசாற்றுவதற்கு தயங்கும் ஓர் அறம் உண்டு. இந்த சூழலில்தான் கனேடிய தமிழ் காங்கிரசின் தமிழ் மரபு திங்கள் கொண்டாட்டங்களையும் தைப்பொங்கல் விழாவினையும் பார்க்க வேண்டும். Whatever I am saying about Canadian Tamil Congress is my personal experience in participating in various activities, including the August Tamil Tiruvila and their Pongal celebrations and their fundraisers for Tamil Chair in Toronto. The CTC has always promoted the participation of Tamil Canadians in activities of local and national importance. They have worked with various levels of governments in Canada to highlight and resolve the issues impacting Canadians in general and Tamil Canadians in particular. Just as FETNA does, the CTC also recognizes and supports the social, cultural, and political aspirations of Tamils in Sri Lanka and elsewhere. They do all these by fully cooperating with Canadian and international organizations. Even while they celebrate Tamil Heritage Month and other important cultural festivities such as Thai Pongal, the CTC never takes the eye off the ball in alleviating the suffering and providing humanitarian assistance to Tamils worldwide. I wish them another successful year. Avec la création de la chaire tamoul à l'Université de Toronto, je leur souhaite du succès dans l'avancement de la recherche, de l'étude et de l'utilisation de la langue et de la culture tamoul au Canada. மடிமை குடிமைக்கண் தங்கின் தன் ஒன்னார்க்கு அடிமை புகுத்திவிடும் என்று வள்ளுவன் தன்னை உலகினுக்கே தந்து நெடுங்காலமாக உயர்ந்து நிற்கிறது தமிழ் சமூகம். நம் சமூகம் தடம் புரண்டு பகைவிற்கு அடிமையாகி விடாமல் இருக்க வேண்டுமானால் கனேடிய தமிழ் காங்கிரஸ், வட அமெரிக்க தமிழ்ச்சங்க பேரவை போன்ற அமைப்புகள் இணைந்து இன்று போல் என்றும் அயராது பணியாற்றிக் கொண்டே இருக்க வேண்டும். இப்பெரும் விழாவில் என்னையும் இணைத்துக் கொண்டதில் பெருமை அடைகிறேன். இவ்விழா சிறக்க எனது நெஞ்சார்ந்த நல்வாழ்த்துகள். நன்றி.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bala Swaminathan, for that wonderful speech in multiple languages. Up next, as a part of our ongoing commitment to volunteerism and promoting community involvement, the Canadian Tamil Congress will honor the contribution of an individual or organization that has brought pride to the Tamil community in Canada and abroad. The recipient of this award will be an individual that has demonstrated compassion, dedication, and commitment to their profession and made significant contributions to society. I'd like to welcome Mr. Ken Kandiban to introduce this year's recipient of the Service Excellence Award. Mr. Kandiban is the Chief Financial Officer and Chief Risk Officer of the Ontario Financing Authority. Mr. Kandiban is also a member of the Advisory Council for the Canadian Tamil Congress. Please welcome Mr. Ken Kandiban.
Vanakkam. Hello, everyone. And it is my distinct pleasure to introduce Chief Nishan Duriyappa, the recipient of this year's Service Excellence Award. Before I forget, and Chief Duraiappah, this is a little remiss on us not having told you this earlier, but we would be very appreciative if you would show your award either at the beginning of your speech or somewhere during. And having said that, let me go on to the introduction of Chief Duraiappah. Chief Nishan Duraiappah was born in Sri Lanka and immigrated to Canada and began his career with the Halton Police in December 1995. He served in a variety of assignments throughout his career, including frontline policing, specialized investigations, and diversity and community relations. He was promoted to Deputy Chief of Halton Police in 2015, leading frontline policing, community mobilization, as well as innovation and technology. In October 2019, Chief Duraiappah was appointed Chief of Peel Regional Police. Chief Duraiappah arrived with a mandate for change and the strategic goal of becoming the most progressive police service in Canada. Amidst the first year of his command, the Peel Regional Police championed the creation of its first ever community-embedded intimate and partner violence unit to respond to the growing needs in Peel region, a re-emphasis on frontline policing, a roadmap for innovation and technology, as well as a digital officer transformation plan to better equip officers to serve the community, the adoption of the community safety and well-being framework, and the establishment of a bureau to modernize traditional community policing. Chief Duraiappah is committed to the safety and well-being of the community he serves, with one of the primary focuses being mental health and seeking multi-sectoral collaborative partnerships to reduce risk in the community. Chief Duraiappah is heavily involved in the community. He holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in Sociology and Criminology from the University of Toronto and a Diploma of Public Administration from the University of Western Ontario. Chief Duraiappah also serves as the Vice President of the Ontario Association of Chiefs of Police Board of Directors. He is the recipient of the Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal and is an officer of the Order of Merit Canada. It is my pleasure once again to introduce Chief Duraiappah, and we can maybe if he can bring the chief on.
Good evening, Mr. Kandipan, and thank you so much for the introduction. It's my pleasure to be the recipient of this remarkable award, and I want to thank the Canadian Tamil Congress and express my sincere gratitude for being the recipient. This is a true honor. We know that our Tamil community internationally and across this country has many amazing individuals that have furthered and strengthened the footprint of our Tamil people. And just to be considered as one amongst them is a sincere honor. And so, with that, I just want to acknowledge that, this month, with Thai Pongal and Tamil Heritage Month, we give thanks. And so, this award, as it's been entitled, is the Service Excellence Award. And I just want to say that, on behalf of our Tamil community, I intend on using this platform as Chief of Police, in this province, in this country, to make sure we serve the community better. And I'm thankful for that, particularly in this month, that I have been given an opportunity and a platform at such a significant level to impact the life and quality of life for many people, and also to promote, policing as an honorable career for many young people, men and women, in a variety of different capacities from East to West Coast. So with that, I just want to say that I'm blessed to be a Tamil in this great country that has offered us so many opportunities, and I intend on making our community fully proud of the accomplishments of all of us. Have a wonderful night, and thank you again for this true honor.
Thank you so much, and congratulations, Chief Nishan Duraiappah. You are an inspiration to many young Tamils around the world, and especially in Canada. I would now like to welcome Honorable Rob Oliphant, Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Member of Parliament for Don Valley West, to share a few words with us. Mr. Oliphant is a longtime friend of the Canadian Tamil Congress.
Thank you very much, and greetings to all who are joining us tonight in the Tamil community and well beyond, here in Canada, and I know around the world as well. Vanakkam, good evening, merci, thank you for inviting me to join you tonight. This is the 15th annual Thai Pongal Festival, and I think I missed one. I'm not even sure why, but over the last 15 years, it has been a wonderful opportunity for me to join with the community and to celebrate so much in a way of Thanksgiving at this time of year. It's also Tamil Heritage Month, which we are celebrating, and we take time this month to remember the contributions of Tamils coast to coast to coast. Canada is the proud home of a large and dynamic Tamil community. Tamils have made and continue to make important contributions to their neighborhoods, to their cities, to their provinces and territories, as well as to our country at large. And from coast to coast to coast, I think all Canadians are proud to embrace and to welcome this time of Thanksgiving with you. It's become trite to say that diversity is a source of our strength, but it is. And that is simply a statement of truth that the diversity we enjoy in Canada, which is part and parcel of who we are as Canadians, is something that I think we all stand for. And it is something that I have noted with the Tamil community reaching out well beyond their own membership and their own ethnic group to others to embrace and to welcome and to make our country better. The annual giving of thanks that is Thai Pongal is just one example of the rich traditions that we can all share as Canadians. And I think the world is envious of Canada for our ability to embrace, to understand that differences are our strength and that we're able to share that together. I know that this is a time when we normally have a banquet. There are family gatherings as well with sharing delicious Pongal. I know that we're not in a hotel having a dinner. And again, COVID-19 is testing all of us and it's preventing us from gathering in person. But I am so grateful for the CTC's work and Danton and your whole crew of staff and volunteers and community members who have found a way to celebrate virtually and to make sure that all of us who are attending have a way to engage with each other and to reach out and acknowledge that even in these very difficult times, we're living in a tremendous country and we all celebrate that together. I think we also step back and look at the struggles of Tamils in Sri Lanka and around the world. That is something that we acknowledge as well and pledge on behalf of all Canadians to work for justice and freedom and self-determination and dignity for Tamils no matter where they live. So it's in this context that I extend my very best wishes to all for a very happy Thai Pongal, and hopefully next year we'll be together. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Robert Oliphant. Next, I would like to welcome someone who is no stranger to our audience and Canadian Tamils, someone who has constantly voiced out concerns regarding injustices against our community. Before and during his term as the Mayor of Brampton, please join me in welcoming Mr. Patrick Brown.
Happy New Year. This is Mayor Patrick Brown of the great city of Brampton. On behalf of the city of Brampton, members of City Council, I'd like to wish a happy Thai Pongal and Tamil Heritage Month to all the Tamils in Brampton and all Tamil Canadians. I want to congratulate the Canadian Tamil Congress for hosting the 15th annual Thai Pongal Festival and Tamil Heritage Month virtual celebrations dinner on Saturday, January 29th. This annual celebration showcases the contributions, achievements, and artistic talents of the Tamil Canadian community. It also celebrates Thai Pongal, a festival that traditionally marked the start of a new harvest, similar to Thanksgiving. I would like to wish your members a safe and happy New Year. The Canadian House of Commons has declared January Tamil Heritage Month, as we have as well in the city of Brampton. It's an opportunity to celebrate that rich Tamil culture, to recognize their contributions to our country. This is an opportunity to really celebrate your story, your language, your culture. Normally we'd have big gatherings and I'd be there celebrating with you, but obviously COVID-19 protocols and restrictions don't allow us to have these large in-person gatherings. So I just wanted to say on behalf of my family and our city council, I wish all Tamil Canadians a happy Tamil Heritage Month. All the best from your friends in the city of Brampton.
Thank you so much, Mr. Patrick Brown. And at this time, I would like to thank you for your leadership in supporting a Tamil genocide monument in the Chingolkowski Park in Brampton. Thank you so much for all the work you do for our community. Next, we have a beautiful dance performance by Sharina Perenmanathan, Ashwini Satyamurthy, and Anushya Satyamurthy, students of Srimati Vanita Kukendram of Kale Koval Academy of Fine Arts.
பொங்குக சனமே பொங்குக இனமே பொங்குக தமிழினமே பொங்குக சனமே பொங்குக இனமே பொங்குக தமிழினமே உரிமைக்காக பொங்கிய நாள் மறந்து போவதா நாங்கள் ஊர் பிரிந்ததால் அனைத்தும் இழந்து வாழ்வதா மண்ணுக்காக பொங்கிய நாங்கள் மறவரல்லவா தமிழ் மரபை காக்க பொங்குவதெங்கள் கடமை அல்லவா பொங்குக சனமே பொங்குக இனமே பொங்குக தமிழினமே பொங்குக சனமே பொங்குக இனமே பொங்குக தமிழினமே அறுவடைக்கு முன்னர் கதிர் பொன்னாயாடும் நெல்மணி பொறுக்க மயிலினங்கள் வயலில் கூடும் அறுவடைக்கு முன்னர் கதிர் பொன்னாயாடும் நெல்மணி பொறுக்க மயிலினங்கள் வயலில் கூடும் வறுமை எல்லாம் தொலைந்ததென்று பாடல் பாடும் வறுமை எல்லாம் தொலைந்ததென்று பாடல் பாடும் அந்த வாழ்வினை நாங்கள் நீங்கி வந்த துயரம் போதும் பொங்குக சனமே பொங்குக இனமே பொங்குக தமிழினமே பொங்குக சனமே பொங்குக இனமே பொங்குக தமிழினமே போல வாழ்வினித்த காலம் மறப்பதா புலர் காலையொளி கனிவகைகள் கோலம் துறப்பதா அரும்பை போல வாழ்வினித்த காலம் மறப்பதா புலர் காலையொளி கனிவகைகள் கோலம் துறப்பதா இருளை போக்கும் சூரியனை போற்ற மறுப்பதா இருளை போக்கும் சூரியனை போற்ற மறுப்பதா இந்த இரவல் நாடே சொந்தம் என்று வாழ்ந்து முடிப்பதா இந்த இரவல் நாடே சொந்தம் என்று வாழ்ந்து முடிப்பதா தனதானே தானே தனதானே தானே தனதானே தானே தனதானே தனதானே தானே தனதானே தானே தனதானே தானே தனதானே வாழ்ந்த போதும் நாங்கள் தமிழர் அல்லவா புகழ் மங்கிடாத மொழியும் நிலமும் எங்களது அல்லவா இங்கு வாழ்ந்த போதும் நாங்கள் தமிழர் அல்லவா புகழ் மங்கிடாத மொழியும் நிலமும் எங்களது அல்லவா தை பொங்கல் ஒன்றுதானே எங்கள் திருநாளே தை பொங்கல் ஒன்றுதானே எங்கள் திருநாளே அடுத்த தலைமுறை ஏற்று நடத்தும் புதிய பொன்னாளே அடுத்த தலைமுறை ஏற்று நடத்தும் புதிய பொன்னாளே பொங்குக சனமே பொங்குக இனமே பொங்குக தமிழினமே பொங்குக சனமே பொங்குக இனமே பொங்குக தமிழினமே.
Thank you so much to the students of Srimati Vanitha Kugendram of Kalaikoval Academy of Fine Arts for the beautiful performance. It is now my pleasure to welcome Mr. Garnet Genui to say a few words. He is a Member of Parliament for Sherwood Park, Fort Saskatchewan, and Shadow Minister for International Development and Human Rights. Mr. Genui has been a strong and consistent advocate in the Canadian Parliament on Tamil struggles for peace and justice in Sri Lanka.
Well, hi there. Thank you so much. It's an honor for me to be with you today for a happy Thai Pongal and a happy Tamil Heritage Month in January here, which is, I know, just coming to a close, but it's been a great and vibrant month, I know, with many celebrations. And I hope that next year will be the year when we can all be together to celebrate in person. Nonetheless, it's great that we can all connect, no doubt from various parts of the country and around the world. The Tamil community has contributed so much to Canada in so many different ways, and I am immensely grateful for those contributions. We see it in politics, in business, in arts and culture, in just community life and charity work, and so many other areas. It's been a pleasure for me as the Shadow Minister with some responsibility for human rights and international development to work closely with the community to champion the idea that Canada should be a strong and principled voice on the world stage, defending human rights, speaking out against injustices that have been perpetrated against the Tamil people and other communities. And the Tamil community has been such a partner, such an ally on so many human rights issues, yes, in the context of events in Sri Lanka, but really all around the world. Anytime there are human rights abuses taking place, the Tamil community has been strong, standing up, speaking out in solidarity with those who are facing violations of their fundamental human rights. So this Tamil Heritage Month, this Thai Pongal, we celebrate the immense contributions of the Tamil community to this country and also commit to continuing to work together. I think there is so much more work that can be done in terms of recognition and support, but also the hard and important work of seeking justice and accountability for violations of human rights, the work that is needed to be done at the United Nations, on the world stage, as well as in our parliament to bring to light things that have happened, things that are still happening, and ensure that Canada is doing all that it can to be a principled voice, a principled leader on the world stage. So once again, thank you for the opportunity to share a few words with you today, and look forward to being able to celebrate with you in person next year. Best wishes and God bless.
Thank you so much, Mr. Garnet Genui, for all the good work you do for our community and our concerns. Tonight's event could only be possible with the generosity of our cherished sponsors. Please join me in welcoming Regional Sales Manager Masaba Mahmood from Vibrant Hospitality Group, one of our gold sponsors for this evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to bring greetings to all of you on the occasion of Thai Pongal and Tamil Heritage Month celebration. As we all know, CTC does amazing work ranging from promotion of Tamil language, arts and culture, humanitarian initiatives, and advocating for human rights matters internationally. We at Vibrant Hospitality Group believe in supporting our communities and making a positive impact on our society. So we are pleased to support and be a part of all the great work CTC does. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. We wish you all a very prosperous new year.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have greetings from a number of ministers and members of parliament who have worked very closely with us and the Tamil community. We will be honoring Honorable Mary Ng, Minister of International Trade, Export, Promotion, Small Business, and Economic Development, and the MP for Markham Thornhill. Honorable Marcy Ian, Minister of Women and Gender Equality and Youth, and MP for Toronto Centre. Mr. Gary Anandasankari, MP for Scarborough Rouge Park and Parliamentary Secretary for the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of Canada. Mr. Sean Chen, MP for Scarborough North, and Ms. Salma Zahid, MP for Scarborough Centre.
Hello, everyone. It's Mary Ng, your Member of Parliament for Markham Thornhill and the Minister of International Trade, Small Business, Export Promotion, and Economic Development. Inia Pongal Vatiko, happy Thai Pongal. As we come together virtually to give thanks for the abundant harvest, it is also a time to celebrate the rich and vibrant Tamil culture as January marks Tamil Heritage Month. I want to thank the Canadian Tamil Congress for bringing this virtual celebration together and for all of the incredible work you do to celebrate Tamil history and to support Tamil communities all across Canada. Markham Thornhill is one of the most diverse communities in Canada, and by celebrating important occasions like Thai Pongal, we can see how diversity and inclusion makes our community so much stronger. Thank you so much to the Canadian Tamil Congress for all of your leadership promoting social activism, art, Tamil culture in our communities. I was thrilled to see the amazing outcome of your most recent initiative in Markham Thornhill to help the York Region Food Bank, and I look forward to supporting your continued work ahead. Let us continue celebrating the vibrancy of culture, diversity of talent, and the commitment to social and civic activism that the Tamil Canadian community adds to our national fabric. Happy Thai Pongal.
Vanakkam. It's Marcy Ian, Member of Parliament for Toronto Centre and Minister responsible for Women and Gender Equality and Youth. January is Tamil Heritage Month. A big thank you to all the members of Tamil communities right across this country for all of your amazing contributions. And to the Canadian Tamil Congress, thank you for representing the community so very well and for all of your efforts on the humanitarian front. I hope that you are still able to enjoy and take in everything that Tamil Heritage Month has to offer, even though we can't celebrate in person and we are doing so virtually. I wish you well. I wish your families well. Stay safe. See you soon.
Good evening, everyone. I want to welcome everyone to the 15th annual Thai Pongal Gala organized by the Canadian Tamil Congress. It's hard to believe it's been 15 years since the beginning of this event, and I want to thank all those who've been part of this for these many years. Despite the pandemic, I know the Tamil community has persevered and succeeded in so many different ways. I want to thank the frontline and essential workers who have been steadfast in supporting us to get through the pandemic. But I also want to congratulate all of you who have supported both the Toronto Tamil Chair at the University of Toronto Scarborough campus, as well as the establishment of the Tamil Community Centre in Scarborough Rouge Park. I also want to recognize the donation of many of you towards the food drive that was undertaken by CTC. We know that there are a lot of needs in our community, and I look forward to working with all of you to fulfill them. In the meantime, enjoy the evening. Happy Thai Pongal, Inia Thai Pongal Waltikal, and happy Tamil Heritage Month.
Hello, this is Sean Chen, Member of Parliament for Scarborough North, and I'm so delighted to bring greetings on this wonderful occasion of the 15th annual Thai Pongal and Tamil Heritage Month virtual celebration hosted by the Canadian Tamil Congress. This is a wonderful opportunity to celebrate with families and communities the harvest and to be grateful. It's also January, a time to recognize the incredible contributions of Canadians of Tamil descent to building this great country. I'd like to commend CTC for all their efforts and for the incredible work you have done, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. I wish you and your loved ones good health and happiness. Nandri Vanakam.
Hello, Vanakam. I'm Salma Zahid, Member of Parliament for Scarborough Centre. During this month, Tamils all across Canada and around the world get together with their friends and family to celebrate Thai Pongal. I would like to thank the Canadian Tamil Congress for giving this opportunity to greet you all today during this special occasion. The CTC is one of the leading organizations in Canada that promotes Tamil culture. It strives to represent the voice of Tamil Canadians at the municipal, federal, and provincial levels. This non-partisan organization works hard to uphold the Canadian values of equality, human rights, and multiculturalism. As your Member of Parliament for Scarborough Centre, I would like to greet the Tamil community in my riding and from coast to coast to coast in Canada, a very happy, prosperous Thai Pongal and happy Tamil Heritage Month. I'm honored to have met and worked with numerous individuals and families of Tamil heritage. The Tamil community in Canada is a very vibrant, hardworking, compassionate, and generous community. As we have seen these qualities shine out during this pandemic, when Tamils stepped out and reached out their hands to help those in need. Many of you were in front lines, and many are still there helping out others. We are very grateful for your contributions and dedications to Canada. I wish everyone celebrating a safe, joyous Thai Pongal and happy Tamil Heritage Month. Nandrik.
Thank you so much to all our ministers and members of parliament for their warm wishes. Next up, we have greetings from Andrea Horwath, Leader of the Official Opposition in Ontario and Leader of the Ontario NDP. As well, we will have Mr. Stephen Del Duca, Leader of the Ontario Liberal Party.
Hello, friends. Vanakkam. On behalf of Ontario's New Democrats, I'd like to wish everyone a happy Thai Pongal and happy Tamil Heritage Month. I'm proud of the close relationship shared between the NDP, the CTC, and the Tamil community in Canada. New Democrats have stood with the Tamil community in your pursuit of justice, human rights, and self-determination, and we remain committed to working closely with the Tamil community on many important issues. The work that CTC does to culturally and socially engage thousands of Tamil Canadians every year is so commendable, and the impact of this work in Ontario does not go unnoticed. I'm proud to join you today in celebration of the culture, arts, and achievements of the Tamil community. This year's been tough, and I'm wishing you and your families health, safety, and happiness at this time and for the year ahead of us. I wish you a happy Tamil Heritage Month and Thai Pongal. Nandri. Vanakkam.
Vanakkam. I am so very happy to join all of you today as we celebrate Tamil Heritage Month. During this time, we recognize the Tamil community's spectacular achievements and accomplishments right here in Ontario, and we celebrate everything you've done to make our province a better place for everyone. I want to especially thank the Tamil community for stepping up to help protect all of us during the COVID-19 pandemic. Whether it was working on the front lines in hospitals, helping to administer vaccines, or taking care of fellow community members, you've shown us what Ontario is all about. This month, we also come together to celebrate Thai Pongal. While I know that celebrations once again looked a little bit different because of the pandemic, I also know that the Tamil community's done a tremendous job of finding new and unique ways to celebrate safely. I want to thank the Canadian Tamil Congress in particular for hosting tonight's event and for bringing all of us together virtually during this important time of year. On behalf of the entire Ontario Liberal Party, I want to wish everyone in attendance tonight and all Tamil Ontarians a very happy Tamil Heritage Month.
Thank you, Ms. Horwath and Mr. Del Duca, for the warm wishes. Next up, we have greetings from a number of MPPs of our Ontario Provincial Parliament, who are close partners of the Tamil community. We will have Mr. Logan Kanapati, MPP for Markham Thornhill, Dolly Begum, MPP for Scarborough Southwest, and Mitzi Hunter, MPP for Scarborough Guildwood.
Vanakkam. எல்லாருக்கும் எனது பொங்கல் புத்தாண்டு வாழ்த்துக்கள். I would like to thank the President Sivan Ilango and the Board of Directors and wonderful volunteers and the Canadian Tamil Congress for organizing today's Pongal event. That Pongal is a celebration that offers thank you to the sun and cattle for the assistance with the good season and ample harvest, and celebrated by members of the Tamil community irrespective of their religion. The January is a time of harvest for farmers in countries like Tamil Nadu, India, and Sri Lanka. January is also Tamil Heritage Month in Canada. We celebrate and recognize the wonderful contribution that Tamil people have made to our city, our beautiful province, and the country. As a farmer's son, I understand the significance and the value that Pongal teaches. The better things are to come. With the harvest, hope and renewed optimism for the future is here. It is brighter than the dark times we are in. We are united as a strong, compassionate, and resilient community, and we will get through this together. I hope next year we will gather in person to celebrate the summer harvest. From my family to yours, I wish you a happier, healthier, and safer New Year. Happy Thai Pongal.
Vanakkam. I'm Dolly Begum, your member of Provincial Parliament for Scarborough Southwest, and I'd like to wish you all a happy Tamil Heritage Month. For the month of January, Tamil Heritage Month represents a celebration of the ethnic, cultural, and linguistic contributions that have been made by Tamil Canadians throughout Ontario and Canada. This month, we also celebrate the ways in which Tamil Canadians have and continue to enrich this city and this province throughout their hard work and dedication to the larger community. While it is a time for celebration, it also represents a time of reflection. Our duties do not stop at the mere acknowledgement of Tamil culture, but it extends to a sincere commitment to self-education. I'd like to commend the Canadian Tamil Congress for the outstanding work that you do. By working with all levels of government here in Canada as well as internationally, you have done an incredible job of promoting the heritage and culture of Tamils in Canada while also standing up for human rights across the world. Although we're all enduring these uncertain times, I wish Tamil Canadians across Ontario a safe and happy Tamil Heritage Month, and I look forward to a time when we can all celebrate with the delicious food, cultural performances, and of course, all of you in person.
Hello, Vanakkam. I am Mitzi Hunter, MPP for Scarborough Guildwood. It is my pleasure to wish all of you a happy Tamil Heritage Month and happy Thai Pongal. I want to thank the Canadian Tamil Congress for bringing us together for this important celebration. The Tamil community in Scarborough and across Ontario is an incredibly strong and vibrant part of our province. Your contributions are so many. I especially want to congratulate all of the Tamil organizations in Scarborough for the launch of the Tamil Cultural Heritage Site. This is an exciting new development for the Tamil people and for all of the community here in Scarborough. I look forward to working together with all of you to make our community the best that it can be. I wish you a wonderful 2022. Thank you for all that you do to make our community strong. Happy Tamil Heritage Month. Nandri.
Thank you so much to our members of Provincial Parliament for your warm wishes. I would like to once again acknowledge that this event would not have been possible without the support of our generous sponsors. Our platinum sponsor for this evening is Chapel Ridge Funeral Home. Our gold sponsors are Neva Wilson LLP and Vibrant Hospitality Group. Our silver sponsors are Dr. Shanta Kumar and Associates and Home Life Future Reality Inc. Thank you for your generous support. At this time, I would now like to welcome Tamil political activist and renowned author and speaker, Mr. Subha Veerapandiyan from Tamil Nadu. அடுத்ததாக மதிப்புக்குரிய திரு சுப வீரபாண்டியன் அவர்களை பேசுவதற்காக மிகவும் அன்புடன் அழைக்கின்றேன்.
அனைவருக்கும் என் அன்பு வணக்கம். கனடிய தமிழ் சங்கத்தினரும் மாண்புமிகு தமிழ்நாடு அரசின் அயலக தமிழர்களுக்கான துறையின் அமைச்சர் செஞ்சி மஸ்தான் அவர்களுக்கும் இந்த இணையத்தில் இணைந்திருக்கும் உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் என் அன்பு பொங்கல் புத்தாண்டு வாழ்த்துக்களை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்வதில் மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறேன். சென்ற ஆண்டே நான் உங்களோடு இந்த நிகழ்வில் கலந்து கொண்டு உரையாற்றினேன். இந்த ஆண்டு அமைச்சர் அவர்களின் அன்பு கட்டளையை ஏற்று ஓரிரு நிமிடங்கள் உங்களோடு இந்த பொங்கல் குறித்து பேசுவதற்கான வாய்ப்பினை நான் பெற்றுக் கொண்டிருக்கிறேன். பொங்கல் என்பது மற்ற எந்த விழாவை போல ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட மதத்திற்கு உரியதல்ல. எந்த விதமான புராண கதைகளையும் பின்புலமாக கொண்டதில்லை. பொங்கல் என்பது உழைத்து தந்த உழவர்களுக்கும் விளைத்து தந்த நிலத்துக்கும் நன்றி சொல்லுகிற ஒரு பொதுவான விழா. அந்த பொங்கல் நாள் தான் தமிழர்களுக்கு புத்தாண்டாகவும் அமைந்திருக்கிறது என்பதால் இரட்டை மகிழ்ச்சியோடு இந்த விழாவை நாம் கொண்டாடுகிறோம். தமிழ்நாட்டில் தமிழர்களாகிய நாங்கள் பொங்கல் விழாவை கொண்டாடுவதிலே பெரிய பெருமை ஒன்றுமில்லை. ஆனால் கடல் கடந்து போனதற்கு பிறகும் உங்களின் வேர்களை நீங்கள் நினைவிலே வைத்துக் கொண்டு தமிழ் மண்ணை, தமிழ் மக்களை, தமிழ் பண்பாட்டை போற்றுகிற இந்த நிகழ்வு பெருமைக்கும் மகிழ்ச்சிக்கும் உரியது. எனவே உங்களோடு சேர்ந்து அந்த மகிழ்ச்சியை நானும் பகிர்ந்து கொள்ளுகிறேன். அமைச்சர் அவர்களின் உரையை கேட்பதற்கு உங்களோடு சேர்ந்து நானும் ஆவலாக இருக்கிற காரணத்தால் என்னுடைய பொங்கல் புத்தாண்டு வாழ்த்துக்களை மீண்டும் ஒரு முறை சொல்லி விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, Nandri, Mr. Veerapandiyan. I would now like to welcome a special guest from the government of Tamil Nadu, India, Honorable Jinji K.S. Mastan, the Minister of Welfare and Rehabilitation of Non-Resident Tamils. It is an honor to have him join our event today and share a few words with us. அடுத்ததாக தமிழ்நாட்டு அரசின் அமைச்சர் மாண்புமிகு ஜிஞ்சி K.S. மஸ்தான் அவர்களை பேசுவதற்காக மிகவும் அன்புடன் அழைக்கின்றேன்.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். இனிய தமிழ் புத்தாண்டு பொங்கல் வாழ்த்துக்களை முதலில் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். கனடா மக்கள் எல்லாம் தமிழ் மொழி மீது, தமிழர்கள் மீது தமிழ் பற்றோடு இந்த தைத்திங்கள் பொங்கல் திருநாளை முன்னிட்டு ஒரு சிறப்பான விழாவை ஏற்பாடு செய்து அந்த விழாவில் கலந்து கொள்ளுகின்ற அந்த வாய்ப்பினையும் எனக்கு உருவாக்கி கொடுத்ததற்கு முதலில் நன்றி சொல்ல கடமைப்பட்டு இருக்கிறேன். மாண்புமிகு தமிழகத்தினுடைய முதல்வர் முத்துவேல் கருணாநிதி ஸ்டாலின் என்கிற மக்கள் முதல்வர் தளபதியார் அவர்கள் இந்த தைத்திங்களை தமிழர் திருநாளாக கொண்டாட வேண்டும் என்று சட்டமன்றத்தில் ஓங்கி ஒலித்ததனுடைய நிலைப்பாட்டில் ஒட்டுமொத்த உலகத்தில் வாழுகின்ற தமிழர்கள் எல்லாம் அந்த மகிழ்ச்சியை தெரிவிக்கின்ற அந்த நல்ல நாளில் இந்த தமிழ் திருநாள் தைத்திங்கள் பொங்கல் விழாவை முன்னிட்டு இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியில் நாம் அனைவரும் தமிழால் இணைவோம் என்கிற அந்த தலைப்பில் நாம் இணைந்திருப்பது மிக்க மகிழ்ச்சி. நிகழ்ச்சியை தொகுத்து முன்னிருந்து நடத்தி கொண்டு இருக்கின்ற நண்பர்கள், சகோதர சகோதரிகளுக்கும் சிறப்புரை ஆற்றிய அருமை அண்ணன் சுப வீரபாண்டியன் அவர்களுக்கும் மற்றும் நிகழ்ச்சியில் கலந்து கொண்டு இருக்கின்ற அத்தனை பேருக்கும் இனிய தமிழ் புத்தாண்டு பொங்கல் வாழ்த்துக்களை மேலும் தெரிவிக்க கடமைப்பட்டு இருக்கிறேன். அண்ணன் சுபவி சொன்ன மாதிரி இது தமிழர்களுடைய ஒரு பெரிய விழா. இதை உழைப்பின் அடையாளத்தை காட்டுகின்ற விழா என்பதை குறிப்பிட்டார். அதுதான் இந்த மண்ணையும் மக்களையும் நேசிக்கின்ற ஒரு தமிழனுடைய பண்பாட்டை பெருமையோடு எடுத்து காட்டுகின்றதை சுருக்கமாக அவர் எடுத்து சொன்னார். தமிழர்களுக்கென்று தாய்மொழி தமிழ் மொழிக்கு ஒரு அடையாளமாக தைத்திங்கள் பெருவிழாவை, உழவர் பெருவிழாவை நாம் ஒன்று கூடி சமத்துவத்தோடு கொண்டாடுகின்ற நிலை. இதில் சாதி, மதம், மொழி என்பதை கடந்து நாம் ஒட்டுமொத்தமாக விவசாயத்தை உழவர்களாகி இருக்கின்ற நாம் தைத்திங்கள் பொங்கல் விழாவை மிக சிறப்பாக கொண்டாடுகின்றோம் என்பதில் எல்லோருக்கும் ஒரு மகிழ்ச்சி. அந்த அளவில் முத்தமிழறிஞர் கலைஞர் அவர்கள்தான் சமத்துவ பொங்கலை கொண்டாட வேண்டும் என்று அதை அறிவித்தார்கள். அதை தொடர்ந்து தமிழகத்தில் தமிழர்கள் வாழுகின்ற அனைத்து நிலையில் உள்ள அனைத்து அயலக நாட்டிலும் இப்பேற்பட்ட விழாக்கள் நடைபெறுவதே உண்மையிலே தமிழுக்கு பெருமை, தமிழனுக்கு பெருமை, நம் தமிழ் பண்பாட்டுக்கும் தமிழ் மொழிக்கும் கிடைத்த மாபெரும் பெருமை. அதற்கென்று ஒரு துறையையும் இன்றைக்கு தமிழக முதல்வர் அவர்கள் உருவாக்கி கடல் கடந்து வாழுகின்ற தமிழர்கள் எல்லாம் ஒன்றாக இணைத்து தாய்மண் திட்டத்தை கொண்டு வந்து இன்றைக்கு தமிழர்களுடைய பெருமையை இங்கே எடுத்து காட்டுகின்ற வகையில் இன்றைக்கு செயல்படுத்தி இருக்கிறோம். நாம் அனைவரும் தமிழ் மொழியால் இணைவோம் என்கிற அந்த தத்துவத்தை நம்முடைய மாண்புமிகு முதலமைச்சர் அந்த அறிவிப்பின் மூலமாக இன்றைக்கு ஒரு 6 மாத காலமாக இந்த பொறுப்பினை ஏற்ற பிறகு நான் ஒரு 60-70 இந்த மாதிரி காணொளி மூலமாக உலகத்தில் வசிக்கின்ற தமிழ் பற்றாளர்களை, தமிழ் மீது அந்த உரிமையோடு குரல் கொடுக்கின்றவர்களை எல்லாம் ஆண்டோர் சான்றோர் பெருமக்களை சந்தித்து பேசுகின்ற வாய்ப்பு எனக்கு கிடைத்தது. உண்மையிலே நான் மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறேன். நான் சிறிய வயதில் உலகத் தமிழர்களின் ஒப்பற்ற தலைவர் முத்தமிழறிஞர் கலைஞர் என்று கோஷமிட்டவன் இன்றைக்கு உலகத் தமிழர்களை ஒன்றாக இணைத்து அதை பேசுகின்ற வாய்ப்பை நம்முடைய முத்துவேல் கருணாநிதி ஸ்டாலின் என்கிற மக்கள் முதல்வர் தளபதி அவர்கள் உருவாக்கி இருக்கிறார்கள். உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் தமிழ் திருநாளான தைத்திங்கள் பொங்கல் விழாவை முன்னிட்டு நிகழ்ச்சி நடத்துகின்றவர்களுக்கு முதலமைச்சர் சார்பாக பாராட்டுதலையும் எங்கள் துறை சார்பாக பாராட்டுதலையும் நன்றியும் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம். பொங்கலோ பொங்கல், தமிழ் திருநாள் தைத்திங்கள், பொங்கலோ பொங்கல், தமிழ் திருநாள் தைத்திங்கள், பொங்கலோ பொங்கல். நல்வாழ்த்துக்கள். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Nandri. Thank you, Honorable Jinji K.S. Mastan, for joining our event and for all the new initiatives to support the Ilam Tamil refugees in Tamil Nadu. Now, for a performance you've all been waiting for, I would like to welcome the title winner of Super Singer 7, Mr. Mukati Murugan.
வணக்கம் மக்களே, நான் தான் உங்கள் சூப்பர் சிங்கர் மூக்குத்தி முருகன். இந்த கனடிய தமிழ் காங்கிரசின் 15வது ஆண்டு தைப்பொங்கல் மற்றும் தமிழ் பாரம்பரிய மாத கொண்டாட்டத்தில் வணக்கம்.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mukati Murugan, for that beautiful performance. Following that, I would like to welcome Councillor Paul Ainsley of Scarborough Guildwood to bring greetings from the City of Toronto.
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure as the Toronto City Councillor for Ward 24, Scarborough Guildwood, to extend my warmest wishes to everyone celebrating the 15th annual Thai Pongal and Tamil Heritage Month with the Canadian Tamil Congress. Congratulations to all of the members of the Canadian Tamil Congress and the community for your work to empower Tamil Canadians in becoming outstanding leaders and members of our society. The Canadian Tamil Congress dedication in working with Tamil Canadians while supporting those in need around the world is outstanding and without comparison anywhere. The month of January has been designated as Tamil Heritage Month by the City of Toronto, the Province of Ontario, and our federal government here in Canada. It's my pleasure to bring greetings on this joyful occasion and celebrate all of the contributions of Tamil Canadians that have been made and continue to make our country, Canada, an amazing place to live. Happy Thai Pongal and happy Tamil Heritage Month to everyone and all of your families. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councillor Ainsley. With that, we have reached the end of our 2022 Thai Pongal and Tamil Heritage Month celebrations. On behalf of the Canadian Tamil Congress, I would like to thank all of our volunteers for helping us host tonight's events. A special thank you to our Executive Director, Mr. Jantan Tureraja, and staff for tirelessly working to make sure this event runs smoothly. Our 15th annual celebration is only possible with the continuous support of all our members and the Tamil community, including all of you who have joined us virtually tonight. I would like to extend our appreciation to the multiple speakers and performers who have taken time out of their busy schedules to celebrate with us. I would also like to thank the Tamil medias who have lended their hand in promoting tonight, especially Anilay Express and Mon Tamil for airing tonight's festivities. Finally, this event would not have been possible without the support of our generous sponsors. Our platinum sponsor is Chapel Ridge Funeral Home. Our gold sponsors are Nava Wilson LLP and Vibrant Hospitality Group. Our silver sponsors for tonight were Dr. Shantakumar and Associates and Home Life Future Reality Inc. Thank you once again, everyone, and we hope to see you again at our next CTC event. This is me, Vidashini Padmanathan, signing off. Take care, stay safe, and good night.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Ramya Amuthan, and I will be your MC for today's event. Welcome to the Indian Residential Schools Legacy Speaker Series with Bob Watts. We're really appreciative of your time, and this is a really important time that we live in right now, where we want to educate our community, ourselves, about the issues faced by Indigenous peoples here in Canada. I want to start off with a land acknowledgement for us, as we are on land that is not ours. I acknowledge my presence on land that has been the home of Indigenous peoples and nations long before colonial documentation of time, specifically the Huron-Wendat, the Mississaugas of the Credit, and the Anishinaabe, as well as the Haudenosaunee people who continue to live and work here in Toronto, also known as Toronto. This territory has been under the Dish with One Spoon Treaty between the Haudenosaunee and the Anishinaabe peoples, and this is an agreement for peaceful sharing of land and resources. In this spirit, I wish to share this virtual space with you today that we're not sharing just within Toronto, but around the country and around the world, as well as our resources and learnings that we will 100% have with each other for the next hour and a half. I want to now welcome the president. Well, actually, before welcoming the president, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. As I said, my name is Ramya Amuthan. I am the co-host and co-producer at Kelly & Company, which is an afternoon show on Accessible Media, Inc. We create and curate conversations and content for people with disabilities across Canada, and I'm really honored today to be the MC at this event with you. As I said, this is an important time for us to be learning and to be talking about Indigenous peoples' challenges and conflicts that we have because of our historical representation of Indigenous peoples. There's been a lot of stories told in the past year and a half, and much longer than that. But in my lifetime, I've been seeing and hearing so many tragic and terrifying things that are going on with our relationship with Indigenous communities here in Canada, and especially to acknowledge the horrifying events going on with residential schools and finding the unmarked graves of children of residential schools in British Columbia and beyond. And it really does make me emotional to talk about this, because I just feel like we don't know enough. We don't know enough about what we're going through, what people around us and our neighbors, our Indigenous neighbors and brothers and sisters are going through. So that's why it's important to have this event today, to talk more about it, to listen to each other, to listen to our neighbors. And I'll be saying that a lot throughout this hour and a half. But for the time being, I'll pause my introduction and introduce the president of the Canadian Tamil Congress, and this is Mr. Sivan Ilango. for the event's welcome address and to share his thoughts of the purpose of today's gathering, because we all have our personal reasons for being here and we want to acknowledge that. So please help me welcome Mr. Sivan Nilanko. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramya. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Canadian Tamil Congress, I am pleased to welcome all of you to today's event. We at the Canadian Tamil Congress recognize the importance of learning about the history, traditions, practices, and culture of Indigenous people. Therefore, we, in partnership with our affiliated organization, Center for Leadership and Innovation, organized a cultural exchange event to learn about Indigenous culture, practices, and customs. Over 130 Tamil Canadians attended this two-day event in Tyendina Mohawk territory in March of 2018. The recent discoveries of unmarked graves of children near former residential school have highlighted the need for all Canadians to hold Canada and the Church accountable for a long and hidden history of oppression and discriminations against Indigenous people. The residential school system in Canada was created to isolate Indigenous children from their own culture and religion in order to integrate them into the dominant Canadian culture. The residential school system harmed Indigenous children significantly by removing them from their families, depriving them of their native languages, and exposing many of them to various abuses. In light of the lack of education on this topic in the wider Canadian community and within the Tamil community, we are hosting today's event, which we believe would be educational for all participants. We are also pleased to announce that the beneficiary of 2021 Tamil Canadian Walkathon will be Got Downey Wenjack Fund, a First Nations charity. We are thankful to Mr. Bob Watts for taking time to speak to us today and all the great work he has done and continues to do for the betterment of Indigenous people. We are also thankful to Ramya Amudan, presenter, producer at Accessible Media Inc. for hosting today's event. Once again, thank you all for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sivan Nilanko. We really appreciate you and your support system for putting this event together. And that is the president of the Canadian Tamil Congress, Mr. Sivan Nilanko. I'm going to tell you a bit about our next guest, and she's going to be introducing our keynote speaker for today. Maliha Wilson is the senior counsel at Nava Wilson LLP. Maliha has served as the Assistant Deputy Attorney General, Civil, I'm having a lot of trouble with my words today, of the Government of Ontario for over 8 years. She was the Senior Appellate Litigation Counselor with the Ontario Government for more than 30 years, participating in over 20 notable cases at the Supreme Court of Canada and the Ontario Court of Appeal. She specializes in human rights, Indigenous, constitutional, corporate, and labor law, and other complex litigation. Throughout her career, she has been a champion of diversity and inclusion, something we really need to talk about today. So let's welcome Ms. Maliha Wilson, who will introduce our keynote speaker,